slash! That all you got? Piece of cake!
There we go. Gained myself a level up since I was so close. Hello, this is Mr. Bacon Bits, and welcome back to Xenoblade Definitive Edition. Last time we rescued a boy from being attacked by Ardun, and now he's pointing us to a refugee camp that he's living at. So, let's go ahead and do that. It's like just past... It's like just within this little forest right here. But in the meantime, I actually want to take a look at some skill trees, since I only briefly touched about them earlier. So, for Shulk, his Integrity skill tree improves his block rate when selected. Skill tree bonuses increase in effectiveness the more the tree is completed, and I will show it on screen. Medium equipment is immediately unlocked, which enables Shulk to equip medium weight armor. Secret of Life allows 10% more HP to be restored when reviving a party member. Rewarding Work boosts experience gain from completed quests by 10%. Resilient Warrior boosts physical and ether defense by 5%. Linking this to Rhine would be beneficial. Finally, Ultimate Teamwork increases chain attack damage by 25%. That's a very good one to have. Shulk's Humanity skill improves Shulk's Ether when selected. The first skill is Healing Wisdom, which allows healing arts to restore 15% more HP. This will actually be a really helpful skill link for a party member coming up. Kind Encouragement restores HP to an encouraged ally. Friendship Heals, well, heals the party by 5% after a chain attack. Cheer of a Friend boosts the talent gauge more from Burst Affinity, which are those B button prompts. Chain of Friendship increases the chance of a chain link by 15%. This is extremely useful. I recommend linking this to every other party member when you can. And finally, Shulk's Intuition skill tree boosts Shulk's Agility when selected. The first skill is Battle Cry, which increases tension gained from Battle Start Affinity by 20. Underdog gives a 15% agility up buff when starting a battle against higher-leveled enemies. Equipment Master reduces equipment weight by 5. Equipment weight reduces agility, so it's good to have that on a character with high agility stats. Fever Pitch increases the chance of fever when gem crafting. And finally, Element of Surprise improves arts that have From Behind bonus effects. This gives a massive boost to his backslash art. And now for Rhine's abilities, for Rhine's skills. For Rhine, his Spirit skill tree improves his strength when selected. The initial skill is Medium Equipment, which is the same as Shulk's. Though it is possible to link the skill, I don't recommend it since it doesn't do anything, unless there's a party member that doesn't have this skill. Mental Fortitude gives physical defense up 10% against higher level enemies. Unrelenting Spirit prevents incapacitation from lowering tension. Feel the Heat increases tension by 5 when Rhine takes damage. Sheer Determination gives a boost of physical defense by 15% when HP is at half. And for his Enthusiasm skill tree, it improves Rhine's crit hit rate. First skill is Heavy Equipment, which allows heavy armor to be equipped. You can link this to other characters so that they can start wearing heavy armor as well. And it also affects their fashion gear too. I call it fashion gear. And let's see. Courageous Taunt increases aggro drawn by Mad Taunt. Pretty specific skill, so it can't be linked, as is obvious with the diamond shape. Healing Inspiration restores 10% to HP to an encouraged ally. And as you can see, I almost got that skill. Reckless Courage gives a strength up 20% buff against higher leveled enemies. Finally, Heroic Taunt further increases aggro from Mad Taunt. And as for his Diligence skill tree, it improves Rhine's agility. The first skill is Bodybuilder, which increases HP by 5%. Against the Odds gives an agility up 5% buff against higher leveled enemies. Battle Character increases the attack power of the equipped weapon by 10%. Spoils of War increases AP awarded in battle by 15%. This is actually incredibly useful to get your arts leveled up. Finally, Wall of Muscle further increases HP by 10%. That's about it for the skill trees. I don't really have any recommendations for skill links just yet because we're fairly early on, and we only have 2 party members. So let's just go ahead and make our way towards the refugee camp. Here we are at Camos Guidepost, just as the kid told us about. And there's the forest right over there. Looks nice and quaint looking, doesn't it? Yeah, we've already got a citizen. We're getting quite close. Also, funny note, before rescuing Juju, you can actually come back here and meet the next character early. Almost spoiled her name. And she says something kind of funny. But let's go ahead and see the scene.
Juju! Where have you been? Juju! Don't tell me you were... I've told you 1,000 times. We're not ready to leave the camp yet.
But I thought...
Juju!
Sorry, Sharla.
That gear. You must be survivors from the Defense Force. Is Colony 6 okay? Did Gaddo make it?
Hold on. What are you talking about?
We've come from Colony 9.
Colony 9?
They saved me from some monsters. This is Ryan and Shulk.
Oh, so you're not from Colony 6. Thank you for helping Juju. I'm his sister, Sharla.
I told them they could rest here, with us.
Did you now? Well, all right. I suppose that's only fair.
Did something happen? To Colony 6?
Actually, we're heading there ourselves.
Colony 6 has been... our home. It's been occupied by the Mekon.
No.
I'll tell you about it inside. Follow me.
Well, considering Shulk's vision, welcome to our new party member, Sharla. As you might guess, she'll be joining our party soon, and she's... well, she's the eye candy, if it's not obvious. I'm going to go ahead and switch right here. Here's where the majority of side quests in Bionis Leg are, if you're curious, and most of them are timed. which will bring me to another pop-up I'll use. Whenever I get to a certain point in the story where timed quests will expire, I'll have this pop up and list which regions are affected. For more information, you'll have to consult the side quest videos. Let's go meet Sharla inside, see what she has to say.
Yeah? We had already fought off the Mekon a year ago, at the Battle of Sword Valley. It left us with a false sense of security. The Colony 6 Defense Force didn't even notice the approaching Mekon. By the time the air raid siren sounded, a swarm of Mekon had blackened the sky. They ate people and burned our buildings. Me and Juju dedicated ourselves to evacuating the children and elderly. I don't know what happened next.
It's just like what happened to Colony 9.
They attacked your colony as well.
Yes. It's good that you managed to evacuate so many.
We have a Tharon, the Colonel, to thank for that. Him and Gaddo.
This Gaddo?
He would have been my husband by now, if not for all this. Cheer up, you two. We can't lose hope just yet. I'm certain Gaddo and the other soldiers are alive. They're still fighting. I can feel it.
You're on your way to Colony 6, right?
You bet. We're up for some revenge. I bet we can even get your colony back.
There you go, showing off again.
If anyone can do it, it's you two. Could you take me with you to the colony?
Juju! The people here need us. How many times do I have to tell you?
But you heard the Mekon attacked Colony 9. That means a load of them have left Colony 6 already. It has to.
Even if that's true. No, especially if it's true. We cannot expose the camp to any more danger.
So, you don't care what happens to the people in the colony? How can you be so heartless? Are you that scared of the Mekon?
Oi, kid.
Ryan!
You ought to know how Sharla feels. Watch your mouth and have some respect.
I'll go and make dinner.
Maybe I was too hard on him. Shulk?
Ryan, you really remind me of Gaddo when you get angry.
I do?
Gaddo's taken care of us ever since we were young. I always saw him as a big brother, really. But he was more of a father to Juju. He'd call him kid whenever he told him off, just like you did.
I don't think I'm ready to be someone's old man just yet. Wait, Shulk. Did it happen again?
Yeah.
You had another vision.
Oh no!
No! Juju! The buggy's gone! He's going to Colony 6 on his own.
Stupid kid!
We have to hurry. Something bad's gonna happen.
What did you see?
A deep valley. Everything's engulfed in flames. There's a black shadow. It kills Juju.
Is it the Mekon with the metal face?
Yeah.
Where does it happen? Is it near Colony 6?
I'm not sure. I think so.
Let's get after him, Shulk.
Hold on a second. What was all that about?
I know you won't believe this, but Shulk can see the future.
The future? That's not possible.
That's what I thought too. I still can't explain this, but that vision I had will come true unless we stop it.
So you're telling me Juju's in danger?
Believe it or don't believe it, that's your call. But I wouldn't be standing here if it weren't for Shulk's visions.
Juju. Oh, okay. I can't say I believe you. But what have I got to lose?
I like the way you think.
Sharla, you're...
What?
No, nothing.
Oh.
What are you doing? Let's go and find Juju.
When you talk like that, you sound just like Gaddo. That's how I know it's not worth arguing.
What am I, some kind of Gaddo substitute?
That thing killed Sharla too. I saw it in the vision. But I can't stop her coming with us. I don't know how I can protect her. But I have to do it. I will change the future.
So now Sharla has joined the party. Why does Shulk neglect to tell people about every detail? Now we have to worry about Sharla too, since she was in the vision. At any rate, Sharla has a special role in battle. She is the healer. There's a reason why it's showing you buffs and debuffs now. She uses her ether gun for various effects and can even have some offensive options. Let's go ahead and look at it right now, shall we? Her talent art and the way she plays is quite different from Rein and Shulk. Her talent art gauge fills up when she uses arts, but if it's filled up, the gun overheats and she can't use her arts for about 10 seconds. That is a long time. This is when you have to use the talent art before it fills up to cool off the gun in significantly shorter times. Interestingly enough, the cooler her gun is, the more effective her healing is. So if you have her set up as purely a healer, it's good to keep her gun cool at all times. Conversely, the hotter her gun is, the more powerful her attacking arts become. So if you have her set up to deal damage, it might be worth it to keep her gun hot but not overheating. Yeah, you heard me right. You can absolutely set her up to deal pretty decent damage. Let's go ahead and go through here. Yep, she can patch up minor injuries using Heal Bullet. Shield Bullet can be used at the start of battle. Cure Bullet protects against debuffs. I'll go more into that later. But for now, there is a shop here in case you might need to upgrade again, and also one of these things. But there might not be much at the moment. I'm going to go ahead and list these out regardless.
Well,
Currently, for weapons, we have Aegis Garter again, Air Sniper for Sharla, and an Army Pike for Rein. That Army Pike would be better than the Soldier Pike from the earlier shop. It does actually have better attack, but it doesn't have slots, and that's kind of a deal breaker for me. For armor, we have the Regnus Gear and single slot Prairie Cap for the head. Since I showed that for Shulk and Rein, I'll just go ahead and show it for Sharla. For the torso armor, we have Regnus Armor, Prairie Attire, and Hom's Chestplate for the body. Regnus Gauntlets, single slot Field Gloves, and Prairie Gauntlets for arms. Regnus Leggings, single slot Prairie Trousers, and a unique hide belt with strength up 2 for legs. And for feet, we have Regnus Boots, single slot Field Shoes, unique Survivor shoes with agility up 2, and unique infantry boots with quick step 3. Essentially, you can fill out your Regnus and Prairie outfits here. And also, quick step 3 is actually quite nice to have right now, because you're coming across much larger areas and you're going to need a way to move faster. So, quick step is pretty cool to have. I might have this for every single character. But now for the arts manuals. These are probably the more important thing to go for. For Sharla, we have Thunder Bullet, Cure Bullet, Shield Bullet, and Heal Bullet. We've also got Stream Edge for Shulk. Finally, Rhine has Aura Burst, War Swing, and Guard Shift. This shop will update with new inventory at a later date. I'll make mention of it. And as we can see right now, skip travel is disabled right now, so let's just head out in search of what's his name. And, in fact, I might as well go ahead and describe Sharla's full set of arts, since I did that for Shulk and Rhine. Alright. Already mentioned her talent art. Use it before it fills for significantly lower cool-off times. Heal Bullet is a simple, single-target healing art. As with most healing spells, the amount it heals is dependent on Sharla's ether stat. Thunder Bullet is only one of 4 attacking arts that Sharla has. This is a 2-shot art that has electric ether damage. When used against flying enemies, crit rate is increased by 25%. The damage on this is made much better with Electric Plus gems, and is also one of her best attacking arts. Shield Bullet is an art that casts damage immunity to a party member of your choice. It has a massive cooldown time and blocks up to 2,650 cumulative damage. It can be useful in a pinch, like for preventing certain visions from KOing party members. Cure Bullet is an art that removes debuffs from a single party member as well as granting temporary debuff immunity. It's a cool art, but later on Sharla gets a much better art that would be best to replace it with. Tranquilizer is learned at level 12, and is an art that inflicts sleep on an enemy. Sleep lasts for up to nearly 30 seconds when this is fully upgraded, or when the enemy is attacked. Used right, Sleep gives you a free attack against higher leveled enemies, as an enemy cannot dodge while asleep. Makes sense. And when controlling groups, by shooting it at one enemy, while the other 2 party members are attacking another. The AI is actually really good at using this if you have like the free-for-all party command. Heal Blast is learned at level 14, and is a single-target healing art that restores a large amount of HP. This would sound like a straight upgrade to Heal Bullet, and it is for a while, but it has a massive cooldown timer to balance it out, as well as fills the talent gauge more than Heal Bullet. Early game, this is pretty good, but outgrows its usefulness as Heal Bullet gets much better the more it's leveled up. Metal Blast is learned at level 16, and is a piercing shot that inflicts break. Piercing means it can attack multiple enemies in its line of sight. If used against a flying enemy, crit rate increases by 25%. Be careful when using this near cliffs, it causes pushback for Sharla. But as for my opinion on this, it's not really her best attacking art. There are much better ways to inflict break. Heal Round is learned at level 18, and is one of Sharla's best arts. It heals the entire party a significant amount of HP when used. Considering it gives her a bunch of aggro, use it when it's necessary. She doesn't generate much aggro overall, but you generally don't want her to be targeted. Heat Bullet Not Heal Bullet, Heat Bullet is learned at level 22, and is a pretty useful art. It instantly raises the tension for any party members within its area of effect, and high tension is very beneficial in battle. The area of effect is on whoever you target it on. This can't be used to raise tension to very high though, which is the flames behind the character portraits. Covert Stance is learned at level 26, and is an aura that reduces her total aggro and prevents aggro gain. It's not super useful. As mentioned before, Sharla's aggro gain is minimal, and if she does gain aggro, other party members can negate it. But I suppose it's a good art if you build Sharla to be an offensive ranged attacker, but considering only half of her palette can have attacking arts and it would take a long time to make her decent at it, it's not really that great a strategy since other party members could do a better job. Head Shaker is learned at level 30, and is a close-ranged attacking art that inflicts daze on a toppled enemy. Can be good to have if you want to break topple daze setup with Sharla in the party. Aura Bullet is learned at level 34, and is a single target buff art that extends the duration of any aura by 10 seconds. Upgrading it only decreases the cooldown time. This art is pretty situational. It might have its place in a party build where auras are constantly used, but other than that, I rarely use this. Heal Counter is learned at level 38, and is a single target buff art that grants damage heal. It heals 5% of the party member's HP every time he's struck. Upgrading it allows it to last longer both in duration and number of hits it can take. This is a fairly decent art when used on a party member with high HP values, like Ryan with HP ups. Headshot is learned at level 40 and is Sharla's final attacking art, and it's really powerful. It guarantees a crit, and also has a 15% chance of instantly killing a dazed enemy. This instant death cannot be performed on unique monsters and bosses, and you won't get any drops from it either, unfortunately. I wouldn't rely this so much on the instant death part, but more on the damage part. Cure Round is learned at level 46 and is basically just like Cure Bullet except it's for the entire party. Removes all debuffs and grants temporary debuff immunity. I would consider this a straight upgrade as the cooldown isn't really that significantly worse. But of course, there are a lot of circumstances where a faster charging single target version would work best. Sharla's AI tends to only use this when she herself has been debuffed, despite the rest of the party. Finally, Drive Boost is learned at level 50, and is an aura that reduces cooldown of her other arts other than Drive Boost. There is a reason why this art is learned so late. While she can't move during the aura, and it gets cancelled when her talent art is used, it's really, really good to keep healing up and or rapidly attacking if you set her up that way. But anyway, let's go ahead and look into her skill trees real quick. For her Devotion skill tree, it boosts her ether when selected. And the default unlocked skill is Medium Equipment. Medical Knowledge boosts healing arts during chain attacks by 25%. Long Range increases the range of long-distance arts by 5. Always Ready increases agility by 10. And Rapid Healing reduces cooldown of healing arts by 15%. This is a Sharla-specific skill, so that one cannot be linked. And for Perseverance, it improves her physical defense when selected. Speaking of, the first skill is Firm Defense, which increases physical defense by 5%. This is a good one to have on Rhine. Ether Expansion increases ether by 25. Solid Defense boosts physical defense by 20% at the start of battle for 30 seconds. This is another good one to have on Rhine. Ether Unleashed increases ether by 15% when HP is 50% or less. And finally, Ultimate Sniper reduces cool-off's duration by 50%. Now for her confidence skill tree. It improves Sharla's strength when selected. The first skill is Ether Assault, which increases damage dealt by Ether Arts by 20%. Initial Endurance grants Physical Protect 20% at battle start affinity and lasts about 30 seconds. Middleweight Expert increases physical and ether defense of medium armor by 10%. Adrenaline increases tension when taking damage. Probably another good one to have on Rhine. And finally, is Heavy Equipment. Self-explanatory. So with all of that said and done, again, I'm going to have to call it here, because I spent a little bit too much time talking about Sharla. So, yeah, sorry I have to end it, Sharla, but next video, we'll go ahead and rescue Shuju, I guess his name is. See you guys then.